Hello, and welcome to this Tarot Thursday reading. So, I'm not really sure what wants to come through. We're just going to go with the flow, see what Spirit has to say. We already have some cards wanting to pop out. So, we have Page of Cups, gosh, and Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, we're definitely tapping into a new beginning here. A new beginning that's really going to fill this collective emotionally, really filling up your cup emotionally. Perhaps even kind of tapping into inner child healing that's really going to make you feel so good. If you're not doing that yet, then that is encouragement from Spirit to do that, to really tap into that inner child healing. That's been coming through a lot lately in my readings for you guys. So a good way to say this is like learn to play again. Just learn to play again, learn to have fun. And once we really start doing that, we're going to be stepping into this Nine of Pentacles energy where we are going to be starting to see things really come into fruition. And we're really on that trek to start seeing things come to a completion. It's because, like, you've planted those seeds, you have watched them grow, you've already put in that work, and now they are ready to fully be in bloom. And it's ready to really give you, this energy is really ready to give you everything that you have been asking for, everything that you have been working for, okay? And it may not all arrive at the same time, it may arrive in pieces, but it's still going to arrive for you as long as, we do that healing and we keep the momentum up of what we've been working on. So that I definitely see is coming through for this collective, and that's really, really exciting. And it may also come through in a way of like finances, being able to finally pay for the things that you need and that you want. Not just things like, not just necessarily things that you need, but, things here and there that you're just kind of like, I want that. And in the past, you may not have been able to get what you want, but then you're like, wait a minute, hold on. I can afford this now. I can afford that little thing that I want and still be okay. And so it's getting used to that kind of energy, is what I'm seeing for you guys. Let's go ahead and get some oracle cards, see what else wants to come through. Ooh, all right. Some of you may be wanting to get married. Maybe you are getting married, like you already are engaged. Some of you may be wanting to pop the question. Whatever this is, you're ready for the next level. That's another thing that's been coming through in my readings too. Wanting to get to the next level in something. We have clock here. So do not like do not rush things. Things are going to come at the time that they are meant to come in, and it's going to be literally perfect timing, okay? It's going to feel like perfect timing. It may not feel like that now, but when it does happen, you're going to be like, yeah, you know what? This was the right moment that it came in. So, also, I'm really focused on make time. So, like, really make time for these good things to come in. Okay. It's also saying longevity, so something like this is going to be around for a long time. But yeah, it's just gonna come in at the time that it's meant to come in, so it's not a right now, but it is an eventually. Maybe for some of you, you really feel like the partner that you're with right now, and I'm getting chills just talking about this. The partner that you have right now, you kind of feel like they may be the person that it's really meant to stick around, and you're just kind of like, when are they going to pop the question? Should I be popping the question? It's going to happen when it's meant to happen, okay? Again, we have perfect coming out, precise. So, really, this energy is building up to happen at the right moment. Okay. Things are being precise. Either you're being precise with your own future, or maybe this other person who does want to pop the question to you is waiting for that right precise moment. So don't rush things, just let things unfold naturally. And yeah, so this energy, just overall, leading up to this Knight of Pentacles energy, we've been really putting in that work, really looking over every detail and pattern, handling something very carefully. This is a collective who is handling things very carefully. And then we also have compass. You are pointing towards your true north. You are pointing towards where it is that you are meant to go. Okay. Pointing towards those goals, those desires, your life path. Yeah. And then we also have child again, going along with this Page of Cups energy. And child is just symbolizing new beginnings, a new way of really looking at the world, too. You know, when you're a kid, you don't really know much of anything about the world. You're just kind of going through life, doing your thing, having fun. And then one day you're an adult, and then now you have like real problems to figure out. So, like, it's tapping back into that childlike energy. Not to say that you need to go about life irresponsibly or, you know, yeah, like so carefree that you're not being responsible about anything. It's having this balance of being playful and also being, an adult, with adult responsibilities. So it's finding that balance. So then, we're not focused on the responsibilities all the time and burning ourselves out and worrying ourselves and stressing ourselves and where we're not enjoying life at all. And then on the other side, it's tapping into this playful energy, but we could also go a little bit too far with that where we're just kind of like throwing our money around and not being responsible and yeah, again, just being too carefree and not really thinking things through. So yeah, it's finding that balance, being carefree but responsible at the same time, and really looking at the world in a new way. There's a lot of bad things happening in the world right now, and it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's hard to be joyful about things at times when you are scrolling through Facebook or you turn on the news and it's just something chaotic always happening. But like, we still also need to live our lives. It's a tough place to be in. It's a tough place to be in, but like, if you're somebody who is looking for that next level, like what we're saying here, whether it's in a romantic relationship, it's in a career, it's in that new place that you really want to be living in, just this next step in life. Um, Maybe I'm also getting maybe some of you are going to be like becoming a parent, so you actually do have a literal child on the way. Like, there's bad things going on, but that doesn't mean that life stops. Okay, life does keep moving. And sometimes life is really hard to get through, but we still need to find that balance. You can still pay attention to the world, you can still care about the world, you can still feel overwhelmed by it. But then there are times where we need to close out Facebook. We need to turn off the TV or switch to a new channel and put on a movie instead. And that's not you ignoring the problems, that's you regulating your nervous system. Okay. So you need to still focus on your true north and where you want to go in life, where you want to, what you want to achieve. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get some more cards. I also have on the bottom of the deck. All right. And actually, I want to pick out some more cards. I have to split this deck in two because there's too many cards. I can't hold them all. There we go. All right, that feels good. Okay, so something that was on the bottom of the deck was gavel. So this is making me think legal matters. There's a lot coming out with just this one card. So some of you may be going through a legal matter, which is going to bring in a new beginning for you. Um, for some of you, this is also just representing decisions that need to be made. This can also symbolize those who, like what I was just talking about, being really, really focused on the outer world, not so much your inner world or just your personal world, but just the world in general around you. Being very focused on that. Because I'm thinking like Congress. Interesting. Um, so yeah, take what resonates and how that fits in. Um, whatever this is, it is a serious situation. It is a serious decision that needs to be made. So especially like if you or you're waiting for your partner or something to like pop the question, that's a big decision. Okay? That's a big decision to make. And it may be an exciting decision, but still it's a big decision to make. Um but yeah, if somebody here has legal matters specifically, I feel like there's some kind of decision being made around that in a serious matter that is going to end up bringing this new beginning. Um, and just by how all of these other cards have fallen, I really do feel like it's going in this collective's favor. Okay, we have corset here. Held together. I kind of feel like you've been holding yourself together in the best way that you can. Yeah. Keeping boundaries. Wow, this really took a shift after Gavel popped up. Learning to not be a people pleaser so much. Finding structure in your life. Yeah, and then we also have sap coming through with finding the right resources that you need. But this is also talking about a flow of wealth, like what we were talking about too, with the Nine of Pentacles. Finding an essence of life, finding the sweetness of life, but I'm also kind of hearing bitterness too. It's like a bittery kind of sap. It's sweet and bitter at the same time. It's really interesting. It's like I can almost kind of taste it. And it's like, yeah, it's like if this, especially if this is a legal matter for some of you, where it's a hard situation to go through, it's a hard thing to, it's a hard decision to make. And that's the bitter part of it. But this new beginning is going to be so sweet, so abundant. It's really going to make you feel alive. Yeah. And then we have cross here. So like a sacrifice. It may feel like a sacrifice to you what you're leaving behind. with people pleaser, and then we see putting others first. That's definitely coming through, and I kind of feel like that's something that you need to leave behind. There's a sense of release. You may have been feeling a little bit down for the cause, but I see you picking yourself back up again. Yeah. And that may be a lot of the decision making, serious decision making that you need to have to be like, okay, look, this is my life. I need to choose myself right now. Okay. And what exactly does that mean with like certain relationships, you know? Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, that that really feels like it. That feels like Spirit's message. I know it kind of feels like I'm leaving this on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but like that kind of feels like where it needs to be because you have these decisions to make. And so these decisions aren't quite made yet. And depending on what decision you make, whether it's you or maybe if it's like a legal matter where there's a judge involved or a jury involved, and they haven't decided things quite yet, that's going to put you in a different energy. And so I can't quite read that energy just yet because that decision hasn't been made yet. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of, I've heard other tarot readers talk about this too. With tarot and also reading with oracle cards, it's not really predicting the future. It's not really telling the future because energy, current energy can change something. One little thing can change something. And so, like, I could say, hey, this is your outcome right now, but then tomorrow something else could happen, and then now the energy is different, the reading is different. So, really, what tarot is like it's more of like a guide. So, it's trying to help guide you. So, like, that's why I was talking about tapping into your playful energy because that is spirit's guidance to you for you to really help bring in this true north energy. So if this is what you want, then we also need to do some inner child healing. We need to play, we need to have that balance. But I do see that there's also serious matters going on in your life. And however that resonates for you, because again, it's a collective reading. So it could be as simple as like you're paying too much attention to politics right now, turn off the TV and play a board game with your family. Something like that, okay? It could be as simple as that, or it could be as big as like an actual court case going on, in which then there are decisions that really aren't in your control, okay? And then we have to kind of go along with those, whatever decision is made. So, yeah, either way, we're heading towards this new beginning. That's what I see. And there's always going to be an ending of chapters and new books to read, okay? Just as a metaphor. But like, that's what I see. I see a new beginning coming in for this collective, and I'm seeing decisions, hard decisions. And I'm just saying, don't force things so much. Just allow things to happen how they're going to happen, when they're going to happen, and then how are those how are your decisions going to go around that? But I do still see that Knight of Pentacles energy, and that's what we're heading towards. There may be a little bit of a detour for some of you, or it's a straight shot. Okay. I think it also depends on if you are going to be, if you're going to choose to be stuck in this people pleaser mode and putting others before yourself. Not saying you have to do that all the time, because sometimes if somebody really, really does need the help, well, then they need to come first, and you may really need to help them. But like, for just your life in general, are you going to put others' needs before your own still? So that may be a lesson that you need to learn. And so if you're just kind of like, no, I choose me for once, well, then that's going to probably help you go into that Nine of Pentacles energy. So we really just need to really listen into our intuition, really take a moment to go within and really feel what decision is best. Have a balance between knowing what the right decision is and feeling what the right decision is, because we need to find that balance. And again, that's part of the decision. Are we always going to think with our head, or are we always going to think with our heart, or are we going to find the balance in between? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get a affirmation card. I like this one wants to pop out. Okay. What? Okay. I did Leo's reading just before this, and you guys got the same affirmation cards. And that was what I pulled out too after I just shuffled. I'm like, what? Okay, let's see if we can get another one unique to this collective's reading. This one. All right. Okay, so the one that was just like Leo's reading, we got the presence of love will always cast out fear. We have thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. And then the one that's different says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender. And I love the dandelion here because this makes me really think of wishes and wishes coming true. Okay. I'm literally hearing in my mind, when you wish upon a star. Okay, we have also some stars on this card as well. So Spirit is listening to you. Spirit hears your desires, your wishes, your dreams. But yeah, there's just a lot of decisions right now. And we really just need to think things over, feel things over, and keep that vision in mind of where it is that you really want to be and how are you going to feel. How, when you see yourself at the end of that road where you've reached your goal, how are you going to feel? If you like win that case, and you're cheering, yeah, that's a powerful energy. Okay. So that is all I have for you today. That is all Spirit has. Thank you so much for coming by and listening to this reading. I hope it helped you. I hope it resonated with you. If you'd like, you can leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. In the description, there are links to TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well, so you can follow me there on those platforms. But like I said, that is all, and I am sending you so much love, healing, and blessings your way. I am wishing you all the best, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!